start with Linzy here. She's got a very interesting, amazing story, and I think she's incredible. And why don't you go ahead and share your story?
Okay, so I decided to go vegan April Fool's Day of 2018, which was also Easter. I went vegan and I have a twin sister. I went to her family's house and there was nothing but meat there. So I obviously brought my own food because I knew that was coming. And I got made fun of, you know, like you have your own food. But that's just kind of the thing that goes with my lifestyle. I don't necessarily push being vegan on everyone else. I kind of always have the lifestyle of I'm gonna do this, and if you guys want to follow, then that's great. So I was working out. I gave up red meat 4 years ago in yoga. We had to give up something for yoga, and I gave up red meat because I found myself super hungry after softball practice, like all the time. I was like, I want a burger with an egg on it with avocado. And when I gave up that, of course, I obviously lost some weight, but the last 5 pounds. So I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I just want to be quicker. And that happened for me. And I just slowly incorporated my lifestyle to be like almond milk. I gave up milk. I started giving up cheese. And a lot of people always tell me like, oh my gosh, I could never give up eggs. But whenever I met this vegan bodybuilder, and he's my ex-boyfriend. I don't know if you guys know him, Ryan Nelson, trainer, big guy. So I was like, man, this guy's a bodybuilder, and he gave up eggs. And so I realized that that's what I could do too, you know, to improve my health. Because I went to the doctor and I would always shake. Like, that was just always me. And they're like, nothing's wrong with you, but you have high cholesterol. And I was like, what? How can I have high cholesterol? Like, this makes no sense to me, because I was always that person, like, I didn't really eat fries. Like, I always like wanted to like look good, you know, but also be athletic. So then I got into CrossFit and gave up eggs, and I was just like, I'm done with animal product, just for my health, you know, like, how did I have high cholesterol? I was like, I want to do a bodybuilding show, like, I'm vegan, and a lot of people think that just because I'm vegan, I can't have muscle. And I kind of wanted to prove that wrong, because yeah, I had muscle, but I was just strong, you know, I didn't really have that like presence, you know. And so I did a bodybuilding show, and I had trainers, and it came to 4 weeks out of my show, and they told me I wasn't lean enough. They're like, you're not lean enough, like, you've been training since January, it's been 6 months and you're not lean enough. So like, me in my head, I was like, oh my god, I'm not lean enough, like, what do I do? Like, and they're like, well, you need to eat fish. And I was just like, how can you tell someone that's, you know, vegan, like, you need to eat fish to get lean? Like, I had such a strong mindset that I was like, what do I do? Do I need to run more? Do I need to do this? And they're like, no, you're done unless you eat fish. And so then I was like, people don't understand that that's my lifestyle. So then I went back to Ryan, and I was like, you're my ex-boyfriend, like, just tell me how it is. Like, tell me I'm like too fat, like, I want to know, because I obviously like wanted to make a statement, you know, because I'm vegan and I'm going up there. And so he was like, no, but I realized the importance of food with that. So when I was with him, I ate like a lot of tofu, and then, but I noticed I was like the same. So then he was like, well, what are you eating? And I was like, well, I'm eating a lot of tofu because it's 1 carb per serving. So obviously, like, my trainers wanted me low carb, but that didn't work for my body. Like, I was, you know, like, and I was lean, but I wasn't like stage lean, because there's a different lean. And so I switched to tempeh. So, that changed the game for everything, you know. I realized the importance of food and how it works with my body, because everyone's body's different, it's gonna work different. And I got lean, and I had the trainer, my old trainer, that told me I wasn't lean enough. He had to watch me walk up on stage and win first place 3 times. So, yeah. So, it was like a very mental thing for me. You know, you have to like be okay with yourself. I did lose a lot of friends in the process. I quit my job, I made a new job, and it obviously was better for me. I feel like it was a wake-up call for someone to tell me like I wasn't eating enough, because like I was kind of like, well, the thing is you have to, like, if you want a goal, you set it, right? And then you look at yourself in the mirror. And this is how I see it, like, just don't lie to yourself, you know? Like, what do you want in life? Do you want to work at a job where all these people like put such a negative impact on you and leading you toward a certain path? Or do you want to step out, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what do I have to do to make myself get to where I want to be? And it is a mental thing, especially with food. You realize the importance of food, and the journey of it was super hard. Like, it was really hard, but no one tells you how hard it is after. Because yeah, I got super lean and I was like on a high horse, you know. I won these bodybuilding shows. I went to nationals 2 weekends after, and I got second call out, so I was like, yes, I know I can do this. And but then after, I was like, I can eat whatever I want. And that's like not how it goes, but you have to just realize the importance of food, because then I started like gaining weight, and I was like, well, like, I'm overweight. And I go to the grocery store and people would be like, oh my God, you are like the most in shape person. And I'm like, no, like I'm 10 pounds overweight. Like, so, but now at this point in life, like I want to go pro as a vegan bodybuilder, but I still track everything. But I want to be athletic too. So right now I'm doing CrossFit and I'm eating certain foods that I can enjoy myself. Like when I was like gonna go do a little bit of exercise, then I knew that I wanted the raw energy drink that Tracy has, because it like lifted me up a little bit, you know. So, but that's how I go with food too. So I have my tempeh, I have veggies, and then I can have like peanut butter balls before I go to the gym and lift weights. Because I'm not really into like the supplement stuff, because there's so much into that you don't even know what you're putting into your body, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that is my fitness journey. And do any of you guys have any questions?
What kind of ways did you learn to figure out what foods you need for the things you were about to do?
Whenever I tracked my food, I was like, why am I not getting lean? Like, I obviously, the tofu, I was tracking how much food, but then Ryan was like, what about tempeh? How do you do a tempeh? So I went like 3 days with tempeh, and I was like, yeah, I look leaner. Like, okay. What, you know, what's going on? But it's just like, you just test foods out, and you kind of just more in tune with your body. And I think that is important with also being vegan, because I mean, you obviously want to know what you're eating whenever you go to your friend's house and they're like, hey, you want this? So yeah.
Were there any specific things that you focused on to do your weightlifting and sports?
So it depends if you want to be like muscular. Is that what you're saying? Like your protein intake?
Or even being athletic, being a better athletic, Does that help? Does that?
Well, I think any food, everyone's different, so any food that you can just kind of track how much protein, fat, and carbs, so like track your macros. So like
that's what helps. That's what you need. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you get a different type of energy from every food and like how it affects your body. So yeah. But a lot of people do tell me, if you ate meat, you'd be this much stronger, you'd be this much more muscle. Like, really, I have a twin sister, so like, I mean, there's not much more you can come to comparison. She's a little bit thicker than me, so like, you can kind of tell there, but we're about the same strength and everything. Yeah. I'll do like a lot of salads, and most of my salads I make myself. Or like if I'm not home, I'll try to find a salad bar, but just like kale. And then my favorite salad I always make is like kale, carrots, pepitas, beets. I always try to have beets, almonds, avocado. So I pretty much just like put everything together. But I think it's most important to, when people ask me like how do I go vegan, or what do I eat, then I say write down a week's full of food. So every time you eat, you just like write it down, and then write like a column: protein, fat, and carb. So then you're like, okay, what's avocado? That's a fat. What's something else that they're eating that's a protein, and then so you kind of realize what each food is. So when you look at your plate, you can say I have this much protein, this much fat, and that much carb. So, yeah.